Now, if you are joining us at the coffee shop talk for the very first time, I want to let you know, in case you're not aware of this method, you are free at any point in time to go over to the counter and get more coffee, more snacks, and so on. It's really meant to be a very flexible and casual setting. But nonetheless, as Mr. said, we do have a very important guest here, and I'll tell you why it's important. Mr. Lui is Senior Minister of State for Education as well as Information, Communication and Arts. Okay? Now these are areas that we have a mission in. So I say we have a mission in, not in the same way that you might normally expect. Now practically all of us are out of school already, right? I don't know, I think maybe one or two of you are still in school. But I remember that I got out of school many years ago. I won't tell you how long ago. And one thing I am very glad to admit to you is that for the last many years, I haven't had to sit for an exam. I haven't had to sit for the test. That's what I remember of my school days. Sitting for tests, sitting for exams. And that's my memory of my education. And that's my impression of how life will be like for my children. Now, some of you have children, some of you do not yet have children. And I thought that perhaps, it's for you to look at this question from the perspective of going forward into the future. What are some of the features of your education that you think are good and need to be kept? And what are some features of the education that you went through that you think needs to change and cannot be the same as it was for you? And if you would share this with academic, it will be very useful for him because year after year, the Ministry of Education has to make plans for the future. So you heard Shelley talk about future schools to teach them, learn more, and so on. If they have got better feedback from you, I guarantee that they will formulate policies that make better sense us, the people, and also members of the workforce. So I welcome you to just share your views. Feel free to raise issues that you think are important, and also just to share your experiences of the education system. Okay? And there is no wrong question, but whether there's a wrong answer or not, either you and no one is being graded here. Okay? So, by the way, it's not that we just toy with this idea, because certainly it's from information, communication, and the arts. So we thought we would try a bit of new media here. We are live on quick.com. Anybody knows what quick.com is? Wow, so we are more knowledgeable than you would not say. Quick.com is a very interesting platform. It is a free platform on the internet. You're seeing us live now. Okay, we are on the internet. 4 seconds slower, I think. And what's happening is that Nicholas over there has got a little camera. It's a phone camera. It's a phone camera that is beaming this session onto this platform via our broadband, right? Yeah. So this is new technology. Hold your head. Go for another one. Okay? So perhaps we open the floor to you. Don't be too conscious about it. I don't plan to do our watching. Yes, you're not watching that. Yeah. So questions for academically or your concerns that you might have. Yeah. Can I ask the question of who is still in school? Okay, we have a PhD candidate. Very good. Yeah. So please share your definitely what experience of the education process was for you. We can. I'm happy to make a translation for you.
Hello. 有没有想过那个 express and normal 的句子这样子分开之后，给他们不同的词分之后，会不会渐渐的更加大的拉伸上去？因为有一些 express 拆更难，然后normal就是做一些normal 的，然后像他们其实他们更加的拉开，然后拼音变得更拼，然后人才就是保留那个根本，这样子会不会？我觉得会有一个差距。
Okay, that's a great question.
Translate for the sake of those who may not know Chinese well. I try the translation. Although I'm usually the one immediately translated to me, but it spoke very clearly, very simply, which basically I think is talking about the express speed and the normal speed. They have different syllables, different pace. Is there not a danger that you gradually have a growing gap? Maybe if I can. Shall I use this? Alright. Okay, so that's essentially what the gist of the question. I guess what's the alternative? Is the alternative to do everything the same, meaning everybody go to the same syllabus? And at what level do you teach the syllabus? Meaning that if I am a normal student and those things is actually quicker, smarter, and express level. But if we both do the same syllabus, she's probably going to get a little bit bored because it has to be teach at a level maybe somewhere in between us. So she's going to be a little bit bored. And so that's helping her to sort of stretch her potential, challenge her. For me, maybe even that syllabus may help me too difficult. And I actually need more time. But because the teacher has to go along and try and find a middle way between students of very different values, she has to go at a certain pace, and then I can't catch up. And when I can't catch up, I think, not enough, you don't understand, the other rest of the people, the nuisance of myself gets some attention. So, that's the dilemma. Alright? What we want to try to do, even with this separation, is to make sure that those people who are somewhat later in life, meaning that maybe in the primary school they were more playful, didn't do so well, got into a normal street at once. But if they start applying themselves, they start catching up, there is every chance for them to get transferred back to the express street. Meaning that it is not locked for life. From Sec 1 normal, if you do very well, you can get back to the express street. Or you can go all the way like 4 and you're supposed to take the N level exam, but now we allow schools to say, forget about even having to take the N level exam. Let them just carry on straight to do the good year, do the O levels altogether. So ultimately the question we ask ourselves is this: should we be doing what is populist, meaning achieve quality for everybody, but at the risk that the individuals are going to be worse off? Or try and follow a situation where we customize it according to the different abilities and pace of learning for different groups of people, but make sure that there is enough proportions between the different pillars. That's, I think, the approach that we're trying to take over the years. I want to say a little bit more about the primary school system, even though you didn't ask that, because we have actually done away with this very strict stratification between the EM1, EM2, and EM3. Today we go by subject ranking, meaning that you can take a subject at the standard level, or you can take the same subject at the foundational level. For the EM3 students, it used to be like, once you are into EM3, you take the foundational level for all the subjects. But the truth is that actually some people may be very weak in Chinese, very weak in math, but they could be average in English. So why not allow them to take English at the standard level and the rest of the foundation? Or even for those in the EM2, maybe just at the margins, strong in 2 or 3 of the subjects, but very weak, for example, in Chinese or in science. So we allow them the option that instead of having to struggle so hard over one particular subject to opt for the foundation. So rather than specifying it so clearly and categorically, we've tried to allow a certain blending in the margins. So that's what I want to say about